Hello everybody, Justin here. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night, and let's jump into the charts. Just a second. Okay, let's go first things first. As always, let's check volume. Okay, so let's jump into the weekly. Okay, so just a second. Okay, so no much news since my last video on XRP on volume, but it's very significant. Okay, despite the raging volume, and we still have small candles, not like any powerful candle, and so for now it looks like the bulls are not in town. Okay, but here, let me see. I don't know where, but we had a higher high here from buyer's volume compared to February, if I'm not wrong. But I have to check it where I saw. Okay, so now let's take a closer look here, because I'm going to show you something that maybe you haven't saw yet. Okay, so just a second. Okay, so this is the bigger picture for XRP, right? I'm going to show you another scenario which can change or kill or bear or bull bias. Okay, so let's take a look on this example here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it's something very simple, but is not where we want to go. Okay, that's not what we are looking for, but it's a way to understand better, okay, the both scenarios, A and B as well. Okay, so for example, if we just a second, if we measure these guys here, okay, so the only thing we can see here is what is inside, so what's happening inside. But is there a way to understand what is happening outside this scenario? Yes, that's possible. I already talked about it and showed this in a previous video. But just for the sake of this example, let's take a look on this scenario here. So this was our bull run back in the day, right? So imagine this scenario here as a correction, okay? Because nothing goes up forever or down forever. So this is, I believe everybody is aware of this. Okay, so the thing is to understand how it will happen or how it is happening. Okay, so if we look this scenario as a bearish scenario, okay, not a bullish scenario. So we had the dump and then the payoff for the bulls. Okay, and what we know that it's the golden is trigger, but we still don't have a trigger for the 10 cents. Okay, so we don't have anyone who is saying we are going to they are 50% accurate. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. This is the trigger for this whole scenario here. Okay, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it is possible. Okay, but even though this guy here will have a high chance to be rich if we make 250. Okay, but even though the 50 is very significant level, okay, because every time we have a weak asset, we don't make it to 61 or 780 or to the 80. Okay, so this is a fact. And so what we do here is a step by step, watching every level and all the triggers. Okay, and also don't forget, inside each level there is another 100% Fibonacci. It is also true that this scenario here, it's inside a bigger Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so this is only the small picture. Okay, people who are familiar with market behavior and expansion, also contraction, know about this. Okay, also the market makers, they know how this work. Okay, so just for the sake of the bear example again, we still don't have the 10 cents range like trigger or activated, but we had the 50 that was around 15 cents, and the 50 for this one here, it's around 6 cents. Okay, so before talking about 4, we have to look for 15 again, 10, and 6. Okay, so this is the rule. And so because like this scenario here, let me delete this guys here. So at this scenario right here, we were rejected, not in the nothing. Okay, the rejection here was based also on weakness, also on Bitcoin, and also for the 50 of this level as well. Okay, because from this guy here to this guy, if we zoom in very close and draw 100% Fibonacci here, this level here, it's the 50% as well. So for the small time frame of this guy here, the average price, the 50% was here. Okay, so that's what we are looking for, a close price action behavior to always match the 50%. Just another example here. When we don't have volume or volatility, what happens? The price action always fade, and it's going to fade always in a direction. For example, this direction, or this direction. Okay, and each scenario can play 3 or more patterns. Okay, so for example here, if we are chasing the 50, only the 50, okay, because this is also down theory, okay, and this 50% here is a transition from one golden to the other. Okay, it's like a highway. So for this scenario here, imagine like this. If we are chasing the 50, if this is true for XRP now, we are looking for this. Because this is the price average for the whole picture of XRP. Okay, because before any bull break or any bear break in a scenario where we have low activity, we end up with the chase of the 50, because it's the average price of that specific scenario. Okay, so the arrow is just another way to look at it. Okay, with time you don't need to draw, because you can see in the daily basis. And so again here, okay, let's say this is a bear market, okay, and let's presume this scenario here is true. Let's say we made it to the 50 and for the 70. Okay, just for the sake of this example, I'm not saying we are going to reach those levels. We know, okay, so let's make first for this guy here. Okay, we know in a bull run it is very common to see a retrace to the golden mean before going up again or going down. Okay, it works for both sides. So even if we make it to the 4 cents, even with a trigger, okay, it doesn't mean we have to keep going for 780 because we also have the 50 here. Okay, so it's like a cascade effect. So, and sorry, so after this scenario here, we could see like this, and then we keep following the trend because so far the bulls are in control. This is true, this is a fact, it's not the bears. And now let's take a look on the other picture so we can understand both scenarios. So this is true, the bulls are in control, and this is true, this is a correction. Okay, the bears they have the upper hand for the short time frame. Just a second, please. Okay, let's go. Sorry. And so, bulls in control, bears in the upper hand for the short time frame. Okay, this is very likely like a correction or a pullback, or even a loser's rally for the sellers. Okay, and so right now we are trading below the key level. That's the golden mini. And let's say we make it to the 50 here, so the bulls will be still in control because we know this kind of move here, it's healthy for bull markets. Okay, we see this kind of retrace in bull markets on daily basis. Okay, so this is nothing new, but people out there will say it's the doomsday, it's over, it's going to zero, and this is it. And people with any knowledge at all about principles of price behavior in market expansion or contraction, they can even measure the direction. Okay, so let's take a look on the 50 here, chasing the price. So can if we withdraw again, so this is control and this is the correction. Okay, and we still don't have the 50, right? But let's say we make it to the golden again before keep going up, or even a moonshot. I don't know how this will play out, but we know it's going to be very aggressive and impulsive. Most people won't see it coming, and so these lines here, okay, doesn't have nothing about trend. Okay, I'm not measuring the trend, only the average price volume, because also if we look at this, okay, so just for the sake of this example, so that's a big move here, a big gains. And if we look in the other side, we had a 96% retraction, okay, which is healthy. This is not war, it's not like dangerous for XRP. Okay, and also another thing is the most coins had aggressive lower high. Okay, and XRP so far didn't have one. And this, my friends, this is great news. This is not bad news at all, because at some point the bulls will have to do their magic. Okay, so most people that are not aware of such things, they believe we will keep going like this forever. Okay, and this is not true. This is not going to happen at all. Okay, but even if we make it to the 60, it is also bullish. Okay, and I bet my shoes we have a lot of buy orders around this level, both around this level here, also for the 6 in the 50, and also for the golden mini. Okay, I strongly believe on this, And I don't know if someone can check if we have this, but would be great to take a look on the buy orders from this level here. Okay. And okay, so for the just for the sake of the Fibonacci example, this move here for Fibonacci, we are measuring only the pullback or the correction, okay? Because most people will draw Fibo here and look only at this scenario. So they can't see what happens next, what comes next. And that's where most people end up in an eternal bearish scenario, because they can't see what comes in the next chapter. Okay, because it's easy to call for new lows when you are in a correction period for so much time. Okay, this is very easy. Anyone can do this. But the main question is how we can look where we are going to be next. So just a quick example here. Hold your hats for a moment. Just one more second, please. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I believe this is enough. But we can go wild here, okay? Just for a second. Okay, that's enough. And here we have the yes. So here we have the 500% level for expansion. So what does it mean? What comes next? Okay, so on the first move up, XRP crossed the 200 level. This is for expansion and not contraction. Okay, and so by doing this on the $3 range, that was, yes, right here. That's a beautiful line. Okay, so what's the thing here for XRP? Right after XRP left the 100% level, okay, because we have a price action like this here, okay, so that's the reason for the draw. So when XRP made it out of the 100 level, XRP made it to the 200% level. So the 200% level is triggered here, which means all these guys here are triggered already, and this is for later bullish continuation. It's like a validation, okay? And right after we went back above. Okay, so take a look here close. This is our 100% level, okay? So let's take this as our first stage. Okay, oops. Okay, so this is our first stage. Just a second. Oh, let's leave this guy here. Let's tag the 200. Yes, and this one here is the transition from the hundreds to 200s. Okay, so we have the 200 range trigger. We crossed the hundreds right after the first stage trigger. Okay, so this is our second stage. Just a second. So, and this guy right here is our 300% stage. And remember, this scenario here, it's for market expansion and not market contraction, okay? And how do we know this is true? Because XRP never made a new low compared to the previous one. And in other words, let me take out just a little of too much stuff here. So after we make it to the 100, we don't get back. And after we make to the, let's say for example, 300 level, you're not going back to the 100 level, okay? And this also match with what? So this is first level, this is the second level, and this is our third level, okay? So crystal clear, this is a bull market, and it's also aligned with what? Elliott theory, okay? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bull break before the major correction, okay? So the Elliott theory, it's also aligned with Fibonacci, okay? And Fibonacci is everywhere. Okay, so let's get back to these guys here and take another look on it. So again, this was our previous range for all the price action we had before, and also here. And then we have our scenario here for the hundreds level and also the 200. And this scenario here was the first one. So first stage, second stage, third stage, and fourth stage, okay? And so how do we know if we are going to make it to these levels here? And if we are going, how we can find like a limit for expansion? Where is the limit for XRP? So we don't know. I believe nobody knows, because as you guys know, ODL is still like a child. We didn't solve the true potential yet. So I don't think there is a limit for the expansion, because we know this expansion is driven by and will be driven by volume and not by speculation, because we know the Bitcoin whales and the exchange hate XRP. Okay, so not exchange like Bitstamp, they are very professional, but guys like Gemini, the dude from BitMEX, and all the others that you guys know. They use soft words, but they are always dumping XRP. Okay, so let's go. Let me see if I'm missing something here. Okay, if I'm not wrong, my forecast, I have to check it again, I was looking for June of this year. Okay, so we are close, it's around here, and I was expecting a move up, but let's see how this will end up, because we are also looking for regulations. Okay, so for this scenario here, just another look of what's happening here. Okay, so we saw that we had a possible scenario for 4 cents, that is here above 3, and the 6 cents level, it's on top of the 100 level. Okay, so it's the main support for this preview, all the previous structure and price behavior we had in the past. Okay, so it can be a possible bottom in a possible event of a new low. Okay, so our levels to watch And yes, levels to watch, and have our lines in place so we can read what's happening. And let me take out these guys here just a second. Okay, so as you guys can see, if we okay, it won't work if I clone here, but let's take a look here on everything we have here. Okay, so we have we have the first stage, the second one triggered, just to check if I'm not leaving anything behind. Okay, so we made it to the first stage on the second, which is 22720. Okay, way above and below 241. Okay, so this level is triggered for later bullish continuation, and we also have another key levels in between all those levels. I'm not going to highlight all of them, but we have all the lines in the charts draw in the Champions Club. But okay, so let's jump into the closer time frame. I believe I spend a lot of time here. Okay, so for the weekly, let's take, okay, I already checked volume again. Okay, so we still have raging volume. And now let's take a look. Okay, we had this bearish candle here. I was bearish in this scenario, okay, for crypto in general, and then we turn to have a bear trap, okay, and now it looks like we are looking for a continuation again. And if we measure the small picture, okay, it's not the bigger picture, but the small picture only. Just a second. Okay, so let's go. We traded below the 50, the price average for this range, and now it's acting like a resistance, but it's not strong like before. And we have the trigger to make again to 22, and we also had the trigger here. And depending on Bitcoin, okay, don't take my words for it, wait for the next days. It is still possible, like I said before, it is possible to see 27. I'm not saying it is going to happen, I'm saying it is possible to happen, okay? Have this in mind. And even if we make it here, remember, we will still have lower highs like we have now and like we may have here. Okay, so it's not bullish at all. This is not bullish continuation. This whole move here, it's not bullish. This is not moon. Okay, the market always respect the ones in control. Okay, always. If by any means we make something like this, I will say we are in a bullish territory, okay, but it's not the case so far. And even this move here, it's not enough, as you guys can see, because we still have other levels to be reached as well. Okay, so those are the facts. We still don't have a clear picture for the bulls. Let's jump to the 3-day chart. Okay, so now we reclaimed the 50% average, okay, the price average for this period here, which is 19 cents, 80.85, and now we are trading above this level, so not reclaimed at all, because we still we already had a lot of action here, and we are also having this price action not based on XRP itself. Okay, we are having other external events as well. Just a second, please. Okay, let's go. So what we may look for next, um, these two guys here can be a clue for the bullish continuation, but so far it's only 2 of 6, so it's not the best numbers that we have to work now. We would be great to have a 3 of 6 or 4 of 6. Okay, this would be a better confluence and trigger for a bullish continuation. But even though it's possible to have, okay. And now let's take a look on the daily. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's not clear on the daily. I know how it looks on the 4 hours, but on the daily, it's like it's more weakness, okay? Because these guys here grinding up, it's like a catch up, okay? It's catching price. It's not bullish at all, okay? So these moves here, can you see? Small candles grinding, 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 power candle. They let it go, and then go, 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 go. Small candles, power candles. They let it go. Can you see the same behavior over and over and over? Because we are catching price, okay? It doesn't mean the bulls, it's like they don't want the price here, okay? They don't want the XRP at a higher price, okay? So they are controlling the bigger picture. And okay, let's take a look on the 4 hours. Okay, in the previous video, I mentioned this structure here. I said this kind of move was bearish and it could be a bear flag, and it was. And then we end up in another one. Can you see? And then another one. And then we broke bearish following Bitcoin. And what's interesting here, like I just said, all this price action here, it's a catch up. It's not bullish. Because if this was bullish, we are going to have this spike, this guy here. And then we would end up in something like this, for example. Like a bull flag, but not so aggressive. Or even a bull flag like this, or maybe asymmetrical. But this here was very, very aggressive, okay? And this catch up, it's very bad because we also had this this flat bottom here with what? Lower high, lower high, lower high, and lower high for bodies with strong rejections. Okay, so not bullish at all. Excuse me. And this behavior here, if you open Bitcoin chart, you will see we are following Bitcoin right now, okay? Because this kind of move is driven by bots, okay? Not driving by bulls. And let's take a closer look. Okay, so this is the 50. Right now we are trading on top of the 50, but not out of the woods yet, okay? We have to look for a weight, a close above, and then any sign of bullish continuation. But even though we can still in a lower high, okay? So it is also true that for later continuation, we can see the 27 cents range, okay? But I believe for XRP right now, it's time versus price, okay? Because Let me take a look here on the tool so it will be easier for you to understand what I mean. So this is the end of May. Okay, and I am still bearish on the bigger picture. Not in the bigger picture, sorry, in the small picture. So I believe what we are looking here for XRP, and not only XRP, okay? So we have this time to make a move before June or before the first week of June. Okay, this is my deadline, and I will watching for those days. I was looking for May 11, but it looks like it's not going to happen now. Okay, so this is the time frame that we have for now. And let's take a closer look for the 2 hours as well. Just 1 second, please. Okay, let's go. Sorry. So if wasn't for these guys here, we could say this is a bearish structure. Okay, it is also true that can be, but so far it's speculation because we still have higher lows in place. Okay, so they are still intact, and if we end up with let's say we go here and then end up with another lower high, and then we lose these guys here, then this could be the change for a bearish continuation. Okay, so the bear is taking control again. Let's take a look on the 1 hour. So for this structure here, from what I saw, Ethereum, okay, so this is the picture. Just a second. Yes. So for this picture here, so this is a Fibonacci. For example, Ethereum made it to the 61, okay, and XRP just made it to the 50. Okay, this is a sign of weakness, but we also have more info here that the Ethereum dominance, it's around the 80 range, okay, for dominance. And XRP, it's below 4. If I'm not wrong, it's 3 and 4, okay, if I'm not wrong, for dominance. So you can see the difference. Remember when I said about the multiplier? So Ethereum with 8 made it to the 61, and XRP with 3.4 made it to the 50. Okay, because bots, we have more bots and more money on the 80% side, right? Not in the 3.4% side. And I'm going to show you this right now. Just a second. Let me clear the board. So you can see here, we made it to the 50. And now if we take a quick look on Ethereum, just for the sake of this example, so you guys can understand, it will take just 1 minute. Hold your hats. Yes. So this is what I hate that little guy. Okay, so let's go. So like I said, Ethereum made it to the 61, which they have more firepower, more aggressive due to the higher dominance. Okay. So just an example to you guys see how we are behaving. And now let's take a look at this scenario here. Looks bearish, right? Because it's price catching up. Okay, not bullish at all. And now let's go back to XRP. So can you see? Almost the same scenario with different numbers and some lack of strength. Just a second, please. Okay, let's go. My throat is killing me. Sorry. Uh, okay. So here we have the same scenario that we have for Ethereum. And it's price catching up. It's not bullish. Okay, because every move like this give us odds for moves like this. That's also true when we have moves like this, we have odds like this. So this is the nature of the moves, they don't lie. And okay, so now let's take a closer look on the 30 minutes to see what we may have. Okay, nothing clear. We have all these weeks, these long weeks, all the candles without it's like, let me see if I can explain it better. Okay, so the price action here is very different compared to these guys here, also these ones here, and these ones here. It's like bot activity. Okay, and I bet my shoes these are weekends. Okay, so just another info here. And so not a big deal here, we don't have anything clear here at all, but we may have let's take a look. So this is a speculation. Okay, it's not it is possible. Okay, it is possible to be a falling wedge, a micro falling wedge, because it's a 30 minutes chart. So 30 minutes chart, 30 minutes outcome. Okay, and we are looking for bullish continuation on Bitcoin as well, but maybe not for now. And let's see how this will play out. And just another quick look on the 15. Okay, not a double bottom for the small for the small picture. We're still above the 50%, which is good news, but it's not like a sign of strength, because we know the price behavior here, it's following other sources. Okay, and just let me take a look on the volume here on the 4 hours, just a quick one. Okay, so let me clear everything here, and let me see if it is on the daily as well. Okay, so it's on the daily as well. Okay, so now we have a better picture for a better understanding. So let me see the end of 17. Okay, right here on the winter pivot. So let's tag this guy here. No, I will do it different, just a second. So this is 2017, and this is, where is 2018? Okay, so the highest one we had on 2018 was this one right here, and right now, okay, I knew it was here. Okay, so so let's go. This guy here is 2017. Okay, this is buyer's volume versus seller's volume, and the one below, it's the highest one for 2018. And right now, as you guys can see, we are blasting the roof. Already blasted. Maybe blasting the clouds, I don't know, but it's way above what we had in 2017, all 2017, and also 2018. Okay, so this is amazing news for a later continuation. Okay, I don't believe price will catch up now, but it's amazing to see. And another example here, do you remember when I mentioned the nature of a bullish move? What do we have here? Can you see? So the nature of the bulls, the buyers, it's here. We can see it because we are making what? We are making higher highs compared to the previous scenarios, right? And this is bullish. And if this was a chart, this would be a bullish picture, and this would be our bottom, like a double bottom here, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high, and higher high. So in the volume, we already had a reversal, okay? And we know that price at the volume precedes price. So we are close, we are very close. I don't believe this is it yet, okay? And just for the sake of the example, let's take a closer look here so you guys can see it better. Okay, so let's take from this guy here, and we had price decreasing, also with lower lows, and here we have price decreasing as well, and also lower lows, right? And right here on this guy here, from this point ahead, we are having what? We are having higher highs from volume and lower highs for price. Higher high, lower high for price. Higher high for volume and lower high for price. Okay, so this is bullish divergence. Okay, so this is a fact. Nothing can change it. Okay, nothing. People can say XRP is going to unset to 0.00589. It doesn't matter what they say, okay? Because they don't understand the mechanics of price action and behavior and volume. Okay, so this is not going to happen. We can see it's very clear here, clear as day. Okay, and just another close look for the 3 days. I believe I missed something. Okay, I will have to add OBV again. Yes. So here as well, this guy here, let me see where it was. Okay, so even this one here, and then this one here, this one, and then our bottom was, just a second, let me see if I can see here. Okay, if I'm not wrong, this was 11 cents, and this one here was 17 cents. Okay, so it is not a double bottom, okay, far away from it, but was very close. And this bullish divergence here, it's blasting the roof, right? So the bottom is perfect. Again, we have a perfect lower low compared with the previous one, and here it's our previous high, also here, and here we blasted the roof but here we have another lower high. Okay, so it's bullish divergence. Watch out, and let's see how this will play out in the coming days. How this whole scenario here will develop. Okay, so guys, I believe this is it for now. I believe I covered everything as possible for this whole picture here. And I hope this info can help you in any way, can improve the way you read your technical analysis or your trading setup. And okay, let me take a look on the chat. Just a second. So Jihad, oh, thank you, friend. Thank you very much. Jay Luciano, my brother. Show. Hello, Show. How are you doing? Kenny Williams. How are you doing, my friend? Hyatt, so you see on this long-term time frame, this is more of a gap fill. No, it's not like a gap. It's like a catch-up, okay, or a correction before continuation. Future boy, hello, my friend. How are you doing? John Rouge, Cardano, will it ever reach? Yes, very likely. Yes, yes, no doubt. Good day, Shaw. John, another crap coin. I don't know what you mean. This is not like supporting a team, you know. It's not like football. I support XRP because I like XRP. It's not like this. We watch for the fundamentals, external events, what they are doing, what they are developing, and we know that XRP and Ethereum, it's way ahead everything else in the crypto market. And we also know that XRP and Ethereum, they don't belong on the crypto market. They don't belong. They are here just for, it's like a lab, okay, just for experiences. They don't belong on the crypto sphere at all. Mind waves, how many days? I don't know. I'm looking for maybe the end of May. Thank you, Show. Thank you for your support. No name, Moon August. No, maybe before. And it's not Moon, okay? It's like trend reversal, okay? Because we don't know how Moon can works, how long Moon can take time to develop. So not a big deal to call for Moon. Jane Doe, hello Jane. You are welcome. Thank you. Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing, my friend? Izala. How are you doing, friend? Greg, my man. How are you doing? Thank you, Ferno. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, guys, I believe this is it. This was a long video. Sorry. But as you guys know, there's a lot of details and a lot of things to cover. This is not easy. This takes a lot of time. And don't forget to hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, ring the bell. You help me, I help you. Let's think together. Jonathan, first time watching. Oh, I'm glad to know, Jonathan. Thank you. What do you think would be a theoretical all-time high in the next bull run for XRP? Okay, so if we trigger the 200 level, we are talking about 27 plus and way ahead, which can give us range between 27 and 100. And if we are talking for the 300 level, which is possible to reach, very possible, we are talking about around 387. Okay, these are the levels. You in the service? I don't know. Thanks for oh, you are welcome, Urban. Thank you for your support. And well, guys, I believe this is it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for your support. I'm not having my best days. Something very bad happened to me in the previous days. I'm still trying to you know, to keep going. And this is it. Okay, I will be back with another video soon. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. You need more subs and followers on Twitter. Most consistent analysis. Oh, thank you. You know, this is a it's like a eternal struggle because you share good stuff and people don't care. Most people don't care. It looks like people are following opium and moon analysis, and I am not this guy. I'm not selling dreams. I'm not selling opium, and I know people like me are not popular, are not welcome in the crypto community. Okay, so it's frustrating. I will tell you this. It's a fact. It's very frustrating because claptraps like Gordon and a few others, the Burst guy, they have like 10K followers, 15K followers, million views on YouTube, and their charts and their analyses are broken, are not even close to correct. So it's like a flip, upside down world, you know. It's very frustrating. But I know that there is a lot of people out there that support what's right, what's fair, not what I do. Okay, so what's true, what is it's correct, because that's what matters, the truth. And okay, let's see. Oh, thank you, Jane. I will be fine soon. I hope so. I'm trying to catch up. Um, wish the best. Thank you, Shaw. Life has up and down, yes. Important things if we have to keep moving, yes, always. I never give up, I never will. Sorry trying to learn from you, but when you say the 200 level will hit to 7. Oh, so the range for it's the so Greg, the 200 level and the $27 and $1,800, it's the measure for market expansion. Okay, so it's price versus time versus momentum. Okay, this can take 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. We don't know because we don't know what are the numbers behind the scenes. What we know is the 200 level, it's trigger. So this is for later bullish continuation. So this is a fact. This is not like a random idea or something that I made up to, to have more followers. I don't care about such things. Okay, you can check for yourself on every asset out there. Every you can check for Dow Jones, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, uh, Nasdaq, all of them. Okay. Yo, Drill, mahalo, my friend. Nadine, an idea when the low support may occur? I don't know. This will be based on Bitcoin behavior for the coming days. And but it's not about when. It's more about how and where. Okay, so this I believe is the right question because, like I said, it could be 4, 6, 15, 10, or 15. So it's the levels we are looking for. It doesn't mean we will reach those levels, okay? Like there is a guy out there on Twitter always calling for new lows, but he never showed a chart. Never. It's Robbie Art, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so it's random ideas without charts. It doesn't matter. It's like no proof at all. So we do you guys remember last year when I called for 19 818? I was right back in the day because I knew about such levels. I was watching for them, and it's not like guessworks. Let's not throw out numbers and guess and speculate about numbers. That's not how it works because this will create anxiety, and anxiety will create problems. So address the lines, the range, and the price. Take notes, and let's watch to see how this will behave. We will have a better idea. That's the best indicator. Just a second. Yes, not about when, but about how. That's the way. Drill, are you going to do another digibyte? Your recent digibyte was spot on. Yeah, sure. I maybe tomorrow. I believe so. I didn't make any last videos in the last days because I don't know. I had a great loss. I had a great loss. I'm still trying to catch up with myself. I hope I can make it. Yeah, yeah. And so sorry for anything. Uh, I will take some time. I will rest a little, okay? So I will see you guys soon. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. And this is it. Thank you guys.